How do you give godly counsel to a homosexual person? What to do if your child is thinking about becoming a homosexual? Well, the godly counsel is this. There are verses in the Bible that certainly make it clear that God is not condoning a same-sex relationship. There's not a single verse in the Bible that gives any indication otherwise. I do have something that I use as an ultimate point on that, and that is this, to the person who is LGBT, who believes in Christ. And I say this so that you will question the logic. Do you believe in Jesus Christ? Do you trust him? Do you believe his word is for all time? Do you believe he knows the beginning from the end? And if you answer yes to all of those, then let me ask you this. If God is going to put in the example of the Bible of what he decided is honorable to him, a relationship between a man and a woman through intimacy, the gift of intimacy in marriage from Genesis to Revelation, but he condones a same-sex relationship, wouldn't it be mighty evil and tricky and nasty of God to not give us a single representation of such a union? And I do mean a union by marriage. I don't mean a made-up story of Jonathan and David or Ruth and Naomi or whatever else you want to use to stay where you are, but to ask that you would allow Christ to humble your heart, to surrender. All of us, this is, I've been talking about this topic, but a lot of these principles run across all sin. What are you willing to give up for Jesus Christ? Is sex too much? Is that the one you just can't? Because he'll honor your decision. But he gives you the power of choice. Some of you got my little tract there, the power of choice. They're free. They're on the table when you leave this evening. And I will, again, make available to you the book line by line. So counsel your young person, or counsel the person as it relates to homosexuality and wanting to try it out. And there are a lot of people out there today that are simply saying, oh, try it out before you decide who you are. And, there's just all kinds of things that are being put out before students today. Engage the young person in an intimate relationship with Jesus Christ, because if they develop intimacy with Jesus and they walk with Jesus, he'll reveal his truth to them. And that's what should be happening on our Adventist University campuses and our academies today. There is not, when I told you about all the gay-straight alliances, guess how many there are of the support groups for unwanted same-sex attraction on our academies and university campuses? Anybody know how many there are? Who said that? Big fat zero. I was thinking also, you might know the name of this evangelist, a keynote evangelist, Adventist. His name, he does the prophecy seminars, and then there's that week-long series on homosexuality that we all come to the foot of the cross, and no sin is greater than another, but this is to help show love and compassion for the LGBT community. What is his name? Pastor, do you know his name? D? Maybe he's come to 3ABN.
Can you describe him?
Yeah, I wish I could. Do you know why I can't? Because he doesn't exist. And so my question then is, are LGBT people simply collateral for heaven? Do we not value them enough that an evangelist somewhere who knows all the prophecy, who knows about the seven-headed beasts, who knows all these end-time issues, can't reach out to somebody identifying as LGBT with the gospel? Is that why we have come to this? Because to be honest with you, I was blessed by Pastor Ron Kelly across the street from Andrews University at the Village Church last April, who said, Wayne, we would love for you to come and share your testimony and present at the church. And when he began to realize the nature of what we were up against when we were in that neighborhood, he said, you know what? I want you to speak on this Sabbath, and I want you to speak on the following Sabbath. And we're having meetings every night in between, because we as pastors are coming up to support you on the sexual education that should have been taking place on our university campuses from a biblical perspective, but is not being done so today. And it was an incredible series to have done. That's how rare it is, though, to find somebody that's willing to speak on the LGBT issue from a biblical perspective.
Wayne, did they put that on YouTube?
It's on the Village Church website still. You can see there's like 14 presentations. It is also on YouTube, and the series is called You Matter, You Belong, and You Are Loved, which is a tagline of mine from Journey Interrupted.